Trade deadline's approaching. The snow's about as hot as a Minnesota autumn day. Like it's there. There's been a couple big moves. We just saw Josh Hader get traded to the Padres for Taylor Rogers, who at this point is getting past throwing more than Kendall Jenner with NBA players. A couple big prospects, but surely any second now, I'll get a notification from Jeff Passan that Juan Soto is en route to the Bronx for Domingo Germán, Miguel Andujar, and a bag of sunflower seeds. Anyway, we have Player of the Month predictions for the month of July. There are a lot of big performers. I will say, I think that there's so many good cards gameplay-wise here. It is honestly not even that much of a joke. So much so that I should shut up about it and just show you, right? So leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel as always. Let me know in the comment section who is getting the Lightning Diamond. Who do you think is getting POTM cards for this month? The update, of course, dropping on Wednesday. But first, let's take a second and talk about Underdog Fantasy. I've been having a very fun time playing Underdog this year, doing my pick'em slips every day, just tossing in $1 or $2 on there and having a chance at winning some big money and having fun, you know, even if I lose $1 slip. Like, who gives a shit? And two, you know, it makes otherwise boring game a lot more enjoyable to watch. So there's a great deal going on right now using my promo code GOMES. If you guys enter it in, you guys will get a $100 deposit match on your first deposit. We go over slips a lot on stream and on Twitter, so you guys can go ahead and tail or fade me there. But again, that is promo code GOMES, $100 deposit match. Thank you to Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring the channel this season. And let's kick things off with the big shebang. Matt Carpenter of the New York Yankees. Luigi is, you know, really over any expectations any Yankee fan could have possibly had for him. And you know what? This card would be crazy. Yes, his fielding makes Dan Uggla look like a gold glover, but he could play about any secondary. First, second, third. First base fielding, I'm quite confident does not matter at all. The outfield is questionable. His live series says 3B. I put him at right field because he has played the most when not DHing. He's played the most in the field in the outfield. So that's where I'm going to put him. The 38 speed obviously is going to make him very obsolete there, especially with 55 arm. Like, you can only have one deterrent. Two is like, well, I guess at least thank God this guy can hit. The contact, I honestly might have underestimated. He's hitting for very good average right now. I'm just thinking if this is a 95, again, they have the base round pack, which I'm guessing will be 95s, then 97s, and I think the Lightning's going to be a 99, which we'll talk about later. But go ahead and tell me that this card would not be your starting, like, second or third baseman. I mean, hell, this would even rival George Brett, strictly based on hitting attributes, but if you got him there, then there's a multitude of other spots that you can put Matt Carpenter in. So, I really think they gotta give him a card. He has the 90 prime card with the Cardinals, but he's been so good, and his live series keeps getting fucked over, so give him some props here. Cole Irvin, maybe none of you guys have ever heard of him before because he plays for the Oakland A's, but he's having a very good month of July, and I think his card could be pretty damn decent. Now, the one problem is he strikes nobody out. Like 5.5 per 9 innings, so not exactly a master class of strikeout pitching. Not going to miss too many bats. But if he has that kind of hit 9 and BB9, along with the sinker, 5 pitches that are all very good, I could definitely see this card getting some use. If you guys haven't seen, again, I've talked about this ad nauseum, but my good friend Scan put out a video talking about really what accounts for a pitcher's par, the perfect accuracy region. It's not really the control at all on each individual pitch. It's basically BB9 and pitch velocity. The harder you throw, the bigger the par and harder to locate it is. So a guy like this is going to be blackened pitches right on the corner all day and tomorrow. Cole Irvin, remember the name, could be very good. Alec Baum here for the Phillies. Again, this card, I mean, this would be essentially like the Xander that everybody spewed about last year, minus, you know, defense. Now that Xander Bogaerts is exactly a platinum glover by any means, but Alec Baum is below him even. Righty power would be suspect. His isolation power was about 170, I think, on the month. But this contact and power against lefties, I don't give a shit. I mean, this card would be great. You know, a little bit of speed in there as well. One problem for him, again, I talk about this a lot, when it comes to vision, discipline, and clutch. Discipline does not matter at all. Clutch, I don't care. I don't look to see if you have 125 or 12. Vision matters on high difficulties. All-Star, don't pay any mind to it. Hall of Fame and Legend, that could be the differential between you using one card and another. But overall, Alec Baum could be a very good one. Felix Bautista here for the Baltimore Orioles, who are actually having a pretty good bullpen as of late. Jorge Lopez has been very good for them this year. Dylan Tate, Felix Bautista, who knew? The arm barn there in Baltimore was amongst the best. But Bautista, I gave him outlier here. Well, I gave him outlier here, as you can see. It could be Dibble-esque. This card could be pretty damn good. He didn't walk too many batters. I think he maybe gave up like 1-2 runs across the whole, I think 1 run over like 14-15 innings. They always show some love to relievers, and Felix Bautista could be pretty damn dirty. I really do think so. We'll see. I didn't find too many other attractive names for relievers, like Edwin Diaz, of course, but he just got a 97. So remember that as we go on throughout this video. Previous cards players have gotten does pay mind to who we might and might not see. Starling Marte right here. Could be a very good card. You know, about 80 speed in the outfield there. Start off with good defense, arm strength very high. He's been jerking it. 108, 86 against righties, and then good against lefties too at 120 contact versus lefties. Just kind of a solid card all the way around. Not going to blow you away with power. Just kind of does everything right. So Starling Marte, kind of guy where he just deserves it. You know, he's had a lot of good months. He's been one of the best players on the Mets this year. He deserves something big. I don't think he has a diamond card to date. Brady Singer. Really want to see him get a card here. You will notice something. I'm not going to add any falsified pitches to these players because they just looked supposedly at every player in the league and adjusted their repertoire accordingly. I don't believe that they actually did, but they said they did, so sure, we'll take their word for it. And they've shown with the All-Star cards, they're not going to add fake pitches. You know, they didn't do it with McClanahan, Gonsolin, Rodon. So I don't think they're going to do it. But 4 pitches here with Singer. Real hard sinker, not outlier, but it's going to be close. He could be good, you know, 95 overall. Again, at the base tier right here. Not everybody's going to be a super sexy name that's going to get your tip tingling, but Brady Singer, maybe in a few years, you know, if he gets out of Kansas City and gets more notoriety for what he's been doing, because he's really started to turn around his last few starts. Matt Chapman here for the Blue Jays, speaking about turning it around, has been very hot, had a great month of July. Started the season kind of poor again, like the last few with Oakland, just not hitting as well as he once did. This card would be tough because he did not hit lefties. I think it was 200, and even 77 is a bit sugarcoating it. I will say Kyle Schwarber got a big old boost on his last POTM card. We'll see. If they move it into the 80s, that could at least be usable on All-Star. Otherwise, Matt Chapman, you're looking at a platoon hitter, righty-righty, which, you know, there's not too many people in the market for. But he deserves a card. He's had a great month, so I put him on here. Dylan Cease, again, that sinker's going to cease to exist. We're not going to give it to him. It pained me making this card here. But so be it. 104, 103 hit and K per 9 are very good. You know, BB9 at 81 is respectable. Starting to get to that point of the year where, you know, you're going to have good on both. The BB9's going to have to start to get higher because that's a big thing for accuracy, especially on the high difficulties. Not outlier, but it's going to throw real hard. Maybe even flirt with that triple digit on the 4-seam. Just kind of a decent card. Again, if he had a sinker, we'd be talking. But that being said, it's tough to use a 4-pitch guy like this. It really is. Unless they have a super deceptive motion. As a starting pitcher, you really want more. So That's what it is, though. That's what they are trying to do. They built their game a certain way. The sinker's the meta. It's not my problem. I don't like that it's that way. I don't like that I have to even discuss, like, oh, if he doesn't have a sinker, he's not going to be that good. But sadly, that's the, way they set themselves up in these last couple years. GT Realmuto. This card could be very good. 97 overall again here. I think all these 3 rare rounds are going to be there. The defense is going to be great. The speed, 80 at catcher. Your cap at catcher might not have 80 speed, but Realmuto does. And I didn't even fluff any of that. That is just out of the box, 80 on his live series. The contact, pretty damn good. The power, decent. It could have been better. The problem with him is his vision, discipline, and clutch were so high, I really had to hold back some of these offensive attributes because they should have been higher. He's had a very good month of July. Again, he kind of started off slow, but when he's on offensively, really might be the best catcher in baseball because he's got the defense. He has the pop time quirk as well, which we don't talk about that much, but in case people do steal, it's an intangible on certain catchers that is going to make them exceptionally better at throwing out potential base stealers, which now that we're seeing a lot more 99 speed guys, we just had Julio, Andrew McCutchen, more people are going to try and run, so that is a very good thing to have. Realmuto, I don't think it's better than Napoli. I might probably not use him over Piazza either, but a decent card. We'll see. And then finally, Austin Riley is my big old pick right here. Yankee fans, please do not verbally abuse me in the comment section for Father Aaron not getting the card here. He's been so damn good. Technically, Riley's been better offensively in the month of July. Judge would deserve a card if he didn't have a 94-95 live series and a 97 All-Star. I don't think it's that hard to comprehend why we picked Riley here over Judge, but just in case you needed explanation, there you go. Austin Riley's really been something else, truly, over the month of July. And this card, holy fuck, man. This card would be insane. I don't want to hear one critique of my use of that adjective either. This is, by definition, insane. 108, 110 against righties. We gave him 125, 119. You could really boost that to max if you wanted to. He has 7 live series quirks. We talk about that so much. Again, the first 2, Bomber, Unbreakable. Yes, it's a quirk, but it doesn't affect gameplay. Only certain ones do. And from Road Warrior on, that is 7 quirks that are all going to be carried over to his POTM card, which is just going to add so much more value. This might be just as good of an offensive card as the Andrew McCutchen that just released. The fielding's not going to be crazy, but he can play third, first, and left field. So before you say, oh my god, I just got Brett, I don't have a use for Riley. L card plus ratio, no, you can actually play him in 2 different spots. In fact, Riley, I think, would be even in left field, 64 speed is not bad at all, especially with 80 arm strength out there. This would be such a great Lightning card, and I'm pretty much 99% sure that it is going to be coming into fruition. So those are my POTM predictions for Wednesday, the month of July. Of course, we're also going to have the Craig Biggio be unlocked. For the 5 people that are still looking forward to that one. I'm actually shocked with all the criticism that Rollout's been getting that they haven't at least moved it to half the path. So mid-month you get that card, but no, they're sticking to their guns, true to form, making it obtainable when it is no longer desirable. So keep it up. But POTM cards, all the ones I listed here, for the most part, I think would be very good gameplay-wise. For God Squads or people with just under God Squads. So, let me know what you guys think. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy. And thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for out. Yeet.